when you think you've heard it all, a 7-year-old boy is in a cab alone, and the cab driver just kicks him out, alone on the street.
Pretty unapologetic as well, and not a 7-year-old special needs boy, Mike.
No, exactly. And you'd think that ends the debate. Cab driver wrong, which he is, by the way. But there are those that think, wait a minute, the parents shouldn't have put this little guy in the cab in the first place. Let's get you some more details here. We're going to be taking your calls on this. Again, New York man charged with child endangerment. Cops say he abandoned the 7-year-old special needs kid on a busy New York street, all because the child reportedly didn't have enough money. All right, grandma reportedly put the child in the back seat, asked the driver to take him home, even gave the driver her grandson's address. She says she normally gives him money or his mom pays when the driver arrives. And the boy's family also says that they use the cab company so often they know the dispatchers on a first-name basis. But the Valentine Cab Company and the driver maintained they did the right thing.
The driver shouldn't leave the kid off on a corner.
I do apologize, but I got to go, all right?
You agree with me? You shouldn't leave the kid off on a corner?
You're right, but we got to go.
There you go. What do you think? Going to the phone lines. A lot of you are calling in on this one. Betty, you're up first here in Atlanta. Betty, what do you think?
I think that Valentine Cab Company is solely at fault. First of all, they're providing a trusted transportation service. The protocol for a taxi is to pay on the other end at the destination. When I get a taxi ride, that taxi doesn't know whether I have money or not until I reach the other end. Okay? And if that company had a problem with whether or not that child had enough money or was going to have enough money, they should have resolved that before letting that child in the cab. You don't, under any circumstance, endanger the life of a child, and that's exactly what they did. I don't hold the family at fault. We put children on planes, buses, trains every day. Okay.
And I can't even imagine the look on that child's face when he's getting shoved out of a cab and doesn't even know where he is. Right, Betty?
I agree. And the taxi, the company, and the dispatcher, they all need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent.
All right.
I do not fault the parents because the parents, the grandparents, they provided a mode of trusted transportation.
Yeah, they thought, again, to your point, they'd worked with them before, thought everything was okay. Let's get another call in. Aaron's with us, Texas. Aaron, what are your thoughts?
Hi, I'm from out of Dallas. Well, it's very disheartening, disappointing to me in 2010 in the post-9/11 world that all these precautions that we have, that you will allow your 7-year-old autistic child to be in that situation. I mean, you know he couldn't communicate well before you put him in the cab. And I seen that, you know, she tried to speak to the person that's at least somewhat good, because from what I understand, he had no money. He had no way of expressing himself.
Right.
So if it was that imperative for the child to ride in the cab alone, I feel like his caretaker should have better explained it. But, I mean, if she did that much, well, then, you know, this shouldn't have happened at all, first of all.
Hey, Aaron, let's get the debate. Let me ask you this real quick. Cab driver, wrong, though, to boot him, right?
I mean, yeah, but you got to understand, this cab driver didn't ask for the situation he was put in it.
Wait a minute.
Obviously,
you can't be kicking out a 7-year-old.
He would just know, you know what I'm saying, that he's autistic or whatnot.
You can't be kicking a 7-year-old out, Aaron, in the middle of nowhere. Come on.
I get what you're saying, but, I mean, these kids these days, there's 14-year-olds where I look at them, I think they're 20. You know what I'm saying? So
not 7, though. 14 and 7's a lot different. But
I'm just saying, you know, these kids these days, he could have been 10, 11, you know, how would he know exactly? You know what I'm saying? And the guy, he seen porn from his picture, how would he just automatically know this? That's what I'm saying.
You know, I think there's a debate on with the grandparents, you know, whether or not that was the right choice to get him in the cab, but I don't think there's any debate. This cab driver was wrong to give him the boot. Let's get some Facebook comments in. Adam says, compassion doesn't pay the cabbie bill. Sorry, guys. Come on. Are you kidding me? You throw out a 7-year-old, huh? Kim says this, I want to know why he picked up the child in the first place. To that point, Kim, sounds like they had a relationship. They'd done it before. Whether or not it was the right thing, the right relationship, different argument, and we're going to continue to have it. George says this, the cab driver was the adult. He should have acted like it. That's right, George. How about a little compassion here for a 7-year-old? Jump in on the conversation. We're just getting loose here. 1-877-TEL-HLN's the number. Email us, cnn.com/HLN, and you continue to post your comments on my Facebook page, Mike Alanos, HLN.
Do we really need to know?
This is the
Really, Mike? You don't know if he's really 7? Come on. Sorry, I just couldn't let that go.
Thanks for the backup.
What?
I know it.
Nice comeback, Mike. All right, let's talk your views now. Boys